What is up guys, Munash here, and today I'm going to be doing a Realm of Legends speedrun, and this is actually just me farming potions because I am planning on doing an Abyss path pretty soon. So I wasn't initially planning to make it a speedrun, but it just ended up being that because Nick Fury is an absolute monster as a rank 3-6 dog. So yeah, let's go in, and the first fight is Winter Soldier, and this is probably going to be the longest fight just because I kind of had to wait for him to destroy the life model decoy, and then I enter the real Nick Fury stage, and then that's when I start really doing some damage. Okay, so 44 hits, and finally, decoy destroyed. Always make sure to end your combo with a light attack to get the big bleed. And I am running Black Panther synergy, which increases his bleed damage. So a 4-star and a 5-star Black Panther Civil War will give plus 25%, and then a 3-star gives 20%, and then the 2-star gives 15%. And unfortunately, I don't have a 5-star Black Panther Civil War. Although I guess I could say unfortunately I haven't pulled a 5-star Black Panther Civil War. I just haven't been that unlucky with my crystals. But yeah, so I am missing out on a little bit of an extra damage from his bleed, because he does give an extra 10% compared to my 2-star, but it shouldn't be too big of a difference. Pretty solid bleed damage output still. Now let's move on to Captain Marvel Classic. And now, because we're already in the real stage, it's not going to take very long. So see what I'm doing here is I'm actually doing 4-hit combos. So instead of starting a combo with a medium attack, I sometimes just drop 4 light attacks because I only really need that last light attack for the big bleed. So I actually save a little bit of time just by shortening my combos, because you didn't need to throw 4 light attacks to get that big bleed. Okay, so she goes down in 43 hits, and that is a pretty typical fight for Nick Fury. Okay, now we have Juggernaut, and the Unstoppable does make him a little bit more annoying than some of the other opponents in Realm of Legends, but it's really not that bad because Nick Fury still ends the fight pretty quickly. He doesn't even get a chance to throw that many special attacks. But what I am going to do here is I do want to actually go unblockable, just to make it easier to be more aggressive and not have to worry too much about his special attacks. So it just gives him less of an opening to throw his special attacks, because I can just hit into him whilst he's blocking. So I did get hit there twice, which is actually perfectly fine because I do want to get to at least 15 tactical charges. So I only have to throw one special one to get there. And yeah, still a pretty quick fight despite the Unstoppable. It took a little bit longer, and the hit count is a little bit higher because the special one does have 8 hits. Okay, and now we have Rhino, so this should be a pretty quick one because we do have class advantage. So yeah, our bleeds are doing over 7,000 a tick. Lovely red numbers. So again, I'm just doing parry, light. I know while I have tactical charges, I can get an extended bleed duration once I apply an internal bleed, but really for these type of fights it's not really necessary because I only really use it in longer fights, and I know most of these opponents do have more than 500,000 health, but still it's not really a long fight for Nick Fury because most of them take about 40 something hits. So now we have Storm, and this time we have class disadvantage. Throw a special 2. And even with Class's advantage, Storm still goes down in just over 40 hits. So yeah, these opponents are just melting away. But now we have Vision, and this is also going to be a bit of a long fight because he is bleed immune, and most of Nick Fury's damage does come from the bleeds. This might be longer than the Winter Soldier fight, or slightly less, and there I actually decided to deliberately get hit because I do want to go unblockable, but I know if I throw a special 1 I'll have more than 20 charges, which means I won't actually get to go unblockable yet. So there I decided to take 2 hits so I can go unblockable even faster, which will allow me to be more aggressive in this fight. And now because he is bleed immune, I am doing 5-hit combos and throwing medium attacks instead of ending with the light. So yeah, Nick Fury still does pretty decent damage without the bleeds because he has a fairly decent crit rate. And his physical hits still do pretty good damage. You can see there, light attacks are doing over 5k, medium attacks are doing over 8,000. I think if the whole special 2 crits, it will do close to about 50,000 damage. So yeah, that did take 118 hits, but it didn't take that long because we were able to play very aggressive while being unblockable. Okay, now we have Black Panther, and he is an Avenger, so we do start with 12 tactical charges. For this fight I decided to go for the internal bleed, just to see what kind of a difference it makes, because now my bleeds will be a little bit longer. So yeah, another quick kill. You usually don't bother with the internal bleed and stacking the tactical charges because, I mean, just ending the combo with the light attack is a pretty good bleed, and the fights don't last long either way. So now we have Scarlet Witch, who's also an Avenger, so this time I decided to do Parium, Medium, and then a heavier attack, because that will apply 4 bleeds. So I just have to do that twice, then I can get an internal bleed. And now I'm just trying to do the shortened combos whenever I can. Okay, that was actually one of the quickest fights. Although the nice thing about Scarlet Witch is she can actually increase your damage when she gives you a Fury buff. And now we have Wolverine. And now he's being a little bit annoying with the passive AI. And as always, I do have max to spare, so I should be able to mitigate most of his regeneration as long as I can stack multiple bleed debuffs. And I'm also going to go unblockable for this fight just to make it easier to stack those bleeds. And also the disorient also counts as a debuff, which also lowers ability accuracy, which means he's less likely to regen when I hit him. But I'm only going to use it twice. Yeah, fortunately I did get an internal bleed, so that removed all my bleed debuffs, so he was able to regen a little bit more. And this is by no means my fastest Winter Soldier kill with Nick Fury. I've actually done this fight in about 50 hits. But there, that was just me having good RNG. But still, 90 hits isn't too bad, considering how much he regenerates. Okay, now for Black Bolt. I did get clipped at the start of the fight because I'm actually just trying to be as quick as I can, playing super aggressive. And now ideally I want to push him to special 2 because he will end up hurting himself with it. But unfortunately no stuns on the special 2. So he didn't throw a special 2, but still only took 41 hits. Okay, now we have Hulk. And this time we have class advantage. I'm not gonna bother stacking the internal bleeds. Okay, one more combo should do it. And let's stop the time there. So yeah, that's just about 12 minutes to clear Realm of Legends with Nick Fury. I think that's pretty good, without any boosts or suicides. I imagine if I did have boosts or suicides, I could probably do it in under 10 minutes, which is pretty fast if you ask me. So I'll probably do this a couple more times just to make sure I have a decent stash of health potions, because one mistake I made before doing my previous Abyss paths was not farming health potions. I feel like I could have saved a couple hundred units if I just spent a few more hours in Realm of Legends. So I'll probably do this a couple more times just to make sure I have a decent stash before I jump into Abyss, because I'm going to be doing part 3 next, and I will probably be using Aegon, Human Torch, Doom, She-Hulk, and Warlock. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you for watching, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon.